So, Wagwan JA Classified Files family, you know, have to listen to me good right now, my people, because today we are going to strip away the mask and look at the real reality of the situation. We have to talk about Colaz, the man behind the brand, the man behind the camera, and the man who stands as a pillar in the Dover community. And as Mr. People, right there on that beautiful border of Portland and St. Mary. If you follow this platform, you know that Colors isn't just some random content creator out here chasing clout. This is a man who walks with purpose. He is a humanitarian at heart, a man who fears the most high God, and a brother who has dedicated his life to lifting up those who are struggling, my people. Whether he's out in the wild capturing adventurous footage or he's standing in the gap for a neighbor who has nowhere else to turn, Colors has always carried himself with a level of dignity that some people, specifically these miserable, belly aching reaction channels, wouldn't understand if it hit them in the face, my people. So you see, in the YouTube street, it's easier to tear down people, you know. It's easier to hide behind a screen, edit a video, and spread rumor just to get a few extra views. But we see what's happening, and specifically, we see the foolishness coming from platforms like Jamaica Mix Up Vlog TV. It is a crying shame of people, man. Me I tell you, no, man. These people have nothing better to do than to pick at the lives of others, trying to turn someone's personal joy into a circus. They saw a hint, they saw a little snippet, and because they are obsessed with the business of other people, they decided they were going to run with a narrative that they have no right to touch my people. They are speculating about Natalie Smith, Colaz's sister, my people, and this whole is she pregnant drama. You understand? Let me tell you something, my people. Since when did it become the public's job to do police a woman's womb? More know because since when did it become okay for Jamaica Mix Up Vlog TV or any other bottom feeder channel to take a hint that Natalie dropped something she was genuinely excited to share in her own time and turn it into a target to their or for their negative toxic commentary, my people. You understand? Because Colors himself, as we know, has finally had enough. He broke his silence and he did it with grace that defines him, my people. But make no mistake, you know, my people. He put his foot down, you understand? Because he made it clear to every single one of those reaction channels that they need to back off. You understand me? The message was simple but sharp. Whether Natalie Smith is pregnant or whether she isn't, this is a private matter, it is a family matter, and it is not for the consumption of people who have nothing going on in a for them own life, my people. If Natalie chooses to share her life, that is her choice and it will be on her terms. But this habit of these channels scrambling like vultures the moment they hear a whisper of good news is absolute garbage, my people. They don't care about Natalie's happiness. They care about their engagement metrics. They want the clicks, my people. They want the drama, and they want to make sure they get their little reaction video out before the truth even has a chance to breathe. What these people don't understand is that when you come for Colaz Smith TV, you aren't just coming for a creator, you're coming for a man who has built a reputation and service. Dover itself knows who he is, his supporters knows who he is. When he speaks with the weight of someone who actually contributes to causes to the whole society. He isn't out here doing content to belittle others. He's out here showing the beauty of the struggle, the beauty of the journey, and the strength of the community. So when he stands up and tells these reaction channels to stay out of his family's business, it's not just a request, it's a boundary. And it's a boundary that needs to be respected. And we are sick and tired of this constant unprovoked attacks, my people, because we are tired of the speculation and we are definitely tired of Jamaica Mix Up Vlog TV thinking they have the right to narrate the lives of people who are leagues above them in terms of integrity and character. This is the moment where the silence ends and the truth takes over. As me say, my people, I always want to know why them reaction channel are always a try to come up with negativity pertaining to Colaz Smith TV. And as me say, my people, let we just dive deeper into this mess because we need to dissect exactly what these reaction channels operate and how they operate, and why the Jamaica Mix Up Vlog TV is why what he is doing, Jamaica Me Attacking a Mix Up Vlog TV is doing is not just annoying, it is a calculated attack of the sanctity, my people, of someone's private life. And we have to talk about the culture of reaction content that has poisoned the well. You understand? These channels, they don't create, they consume more people. They wait for someone like Natalie Smith or Colaz to put their art into a video, to be vulnerable more people, or to share a milestone. And the second that content hits the internet, the vultures start circling my people. They act like they are reporting news, but let me be real with you, my people. There is no news here. There is only a young woman who hinted that she had good news, and there is a pack of internet trolls who decided that her good news had to be on their terms, specifically a pregnancy, my people. Think about the sheer audacity, my people, of it. Natalie Smith gives a heartfelt update to her own supporter, the people who have walked this journey with her and her brother. You understand, my people? She shares a moment of anticipation and a moment of joy that she has been waiting for a long time. That is a sacred space. That is a conversation between a creator and their genuine fan base. But then enter the reactionist, my people. They don't see a woman sharing her joy. They see a thumbnail opportunity. They see a way to rile up their comment section, to spread gossip, and to keep the rumor mill turning. When Jamaica Mix Up Vlog TV takes that information and stretches it, bends it, and wrap it in negative speculation, they aren't just reacting on our people. They are invading. They are trying to force a disclosure before the person is ready, just so they can claim they broke the story first. It is desperate, and it is honestly quite pathetic, my people. Colaz, being the man that he is, recognize this game for exactly what it is. He has seen the patterns before. He knows that if you give an inch to these people, they will take a mile. If they can speculate on a pregnancy today, they will speculate on tomorrow, my people. What will they speculate on? Where does this stop? Colaz came out and broke his silence because he realized that silence was being interpreted as weakness, and these channels thought they could run with this narrative because they assumed nobody at all would check them and people or put them in them place. They thought they could bully their way into the Smiths family private affair, but Collar stood in the gap on people just like he always does. He didn't come with insults. He didn't come with the same toxic energy they are peddling or peddling my people. He came with the truth. It is nobody's business if she's pregnant. That is a blessing that will be shared when it is the right time. If she isn't, it is still none of their business. What these reaction channels fail to realize is that they are building their platform on a foundation of sand. They think that by tearing down someone as genuine as Colors or as respected as Natalie, they are gaining clout. But true supporters, the ones who really stands with the Dover community, see right through it. They see the difference between someone who is actually doing work, building something, and helping their community like Colors does, and someone who's only contributing to the world is sitting in a chair talking reckless about people they don't even know. Like Jamaica Mix Up Vlog TV, my people, is just one example of a bigger problem in the YouTube ecosystem where content has been replaced by controversy. They don't have the capacity to do what Colaz Smith does. They don't have the patience to build a community based on love and support. So they resort to the only thing they know, more people, making up story and pressuring people to fit into their little box of entertainment. It is high time we stop giving these channels the oxygen they crave. Every time we watch their videos, every time we comment under their posts, we are feeding the machine. Colors is calling for a different standard. He is saying let people live, man. If you want to talk about YouTube content, talk about the community building, talk about the adventures, talk about the charity, but keep the private lives of families out of your mouth, man. The way this situation had been handled by those reaction channels is a stain on the platform of people, and Colors is absolutely right to call them out for it. He is protecting his own, and he is setting a standard that says we are not here for your entertainment and we are not your public property. It is time for the viewers to wake up and see that the drama isn't coming from the creators. It is coming from the people who are too lazy to do anything but talk. Some people, we are continuing this conversation and we are get really serious now because when we talk about what went down between the colors and the toxic channels, then we're talking about the fundamental rights to privacy all right, that Jamaica have mixed up Black TV and their ilk seems to them seems to think doesn't apply to anyone who dares to put a camera on their life. So listen to me good. Just because someone decides to share part of their world on YouTube, it does not mean they have signed away their soul or the rights to their personal business. Colaz has been very deliberate in his journey. He keeps it honest, he keeps it raw, and he keeps it about his community in Dover. But there is a line, and that line is where the family begins. When those reaction channels decide to cross that line, they weren't just being nosy people, they were actively violating a trust that the audience has built with the Smiths family over years of hard work. Think about the mental toll this takes on people. Imagine you are Natalie Smith. You've been working hard, you've been building your own path, and you share a small, precious hint about some good news. Something that in any normal, healthy society would be met with congratulations or patient waiting. Instead, what do you get? You get a barrage of investigative reports from people who wouldn't know the truth if it beat them people. You get people stalking your social media, screenshotting your every move, and holding a magnifying glass to your body just to win a bet or get a few extra dollars in ad revenue. That isn't content creation, my people. That is harassment, and it is sickening to see how Jamaica Mix Up Vlog TV acts like they are doing the public a service by exposing a pregnancy. What are you exposing actually? A human being's biological reality, something that belongs solely to her, her partner, and her God. Jano Star, Colaz really and truly recognized that if he didn't break his silence, no more people, this behavior would only escalate. These channels are like bullies on a playground in our people. These channels are like bullies where take set on people, and if you don't stand up to them the first time, they assume they can keep pushing until they break you. By speaking out, Colaz has reclaimed the narrative of people. He has basically told these people, listen, you've enjoyed your little moment of fame, but the party is over. He made it clear that Natalie's life is not a script for them to write. If she wants to announce a pregnancy, she will do it for her own time in her own way, and when she is ready to share that blessing with her true loyal supporters, not to satisfy the morbid curiosity of a bunch of digital vultures, the sheer arrogance it takes for a reaction channel to think they have the right to demand information from someone else is staggering, my people. Furthermore, we need to ask ourselves, people, why is it that these channels are so obsessed with the negative or the scandalous? Me want really know that, my people, because why is it that when Colaz and his sister, my people, do something good like helping a neighbor or showcasing the beauty of Portland, my people, or their communities, these channels stay quiet. But the moment they smell a whisper of something they can turn into mix up, they come out like flies to honey, my people. It shows the true character of people running these channels. They aren't interested in the development of our country or the upliftment of our people. They are interested in the degradation of people of our culture for profit, and they are trying to turn our lives into a soap opera, my people, where they get to be the directors, my people. And frankly, we need to stop being the actors in their twisted little play. Colors is setting a standard, as you guys know, that more creators need to adapt. He is showing that you can be a public figure, yes, and still maintain your dignity. He is teaching his supporters that your private life is a treasure, not a commodity to be sold to the highest bidder in the comment section. Every time he defends his family, he is defending all of us who believes in privacy, respect, and the sanctity of the home. So when you see Jamaica Mix Up Vlog TV trying to spin this story, remember who is actually in the wrong. It is not the family living their lives, it is the people who are so desperate for attention that they have to tear down a young woman's privacy to feel relevant. Colors has drawn the line, and he has drawn it permanent ink. You understand, my people? It is time for the rest of us, my people, to respect that line. Stop fueling the fire and focus on the real content, the stuff that actually matters, my people. So, my people, as I don't know, we'll continue this dive deep into the reality of the digital street, my people, and we have to adjust the ripple effect of this madness. Because you see, when a channel like Jamaica Mix Up Vlog TV decides to push a false or invasive narrative, it's not just a harmless video, my people. It's a fire that spreads. They don't care about the consequences of their words. They don't think about the impact on the family, the stress it puts on Natalie, or the way it forces Colaz to step away from his real mission. Helping his community, my people, just to put out the fires of gossip, my people. This is the dangers of the reaction culture, and it turns human beings into commodities, and it turns truth into warped versions of reality that people swallow without a second thought. So when you have thousands of people watching these channels and those channels are busy feeding them lies and aggressive speculation, it changes the way the public interacts with the creator. Suddenly, instead of people tuning in to see the latest adventure or the latest act of kindness from Colaz in Dover or out in the wider diaspora, they are tuned in just to see if there's a new scandal. The focus shift. The community that Colaz has worked so hard to build, a community built on God-fearing principles, love, and support, gets clouded by this toxic smog. And these reaction channels are effectively polluting the atmosphere of the YouTube space in Jamaica. They aren't building a community, my people. They are building an echo chamber of negativity, and that is why Colaz had to break his silence. He had to clear the air before the toxicity, my people, overwhelmed that what he worked doing. Me and some people, and as I say, my people, the truth is a very powerful thing, and the truth is what Colaz brought to the table. He didn't come to argue or to play their game. He came to state facts. The information belongs to family, and the fact that they have to defend their basic human rights is a testament, or should I say, is a testament to how far we've strayed from mutual respect, my people. Because every time these channels run with a headline claiming they've uncovered something about Natalie Smith, they are essentially saying that her life is an open book for them to read aloud. Whether she finished writing the page or not, it's an act of entitlement that is completely unearned. Who gave them that authority, when people, to decide when a woman is ready to share her news? Who gave them the keys to her private life? And let's be clear about the damage, my people. When you spread misinformation or force someone to adjust a rumor, you are stealing their moment. If at and is a big if, my people, there is a blessing coming to the Smith family. That blessing should be announced by the family itself. It should be a moment of celebration, a moment where they get to dedicate or dictate the terms, and people, the timing and the emotion. By jumping the gun and turning it into a mix-up my people story, these channels rob the family of that agency, and also they take a moment of potential joy and turn it into a source of stress and defense. That is not just disrespectful, it is cruel. Colors see this, my people, and that is why he stood his ground. He isn't just protecting a secret, he is protecting the joy and the integrity of his sister's journey. We need to start holding these channels accountable, people, and we need to stop giving them the leverage to think that what they are doing is acceptable. Every time we watch Jamaica Mix Up Vlog TV or engage with their content, we are telling them that it is okay to violate people's privacy for $1. We are part of that ecosystem, and if we don't demand better, my people, we get what we deserve: a platform where the loudest, rudest, and most intrusive voices drown out the people who are actually trying to make a difference. Colaz is showing us that there is another way. He is showing us that you can be strong, you can be firm, and you can be a leader without stooping to the levels of the gutter. He is taking the power back, and we are the supporters, and as the supporters need to stand firmly in the truth with him, my people. So as me say, my people, yeah, you know, say you know are locked in with the only place that gives you guys the raw and filtered truth. And as me say, my people, over here at JA Classified Files, the only platform where we dissect the reality behind the noise. If you've been following this series, my people, you know we've been breaking down the situation involving the man himself, Colaz, the art and the soul of the Dover community, and the relentless, unnecessary drama being pushed by the likes of Jamaica Mix Up Vlog TV. So people, as me say, we are putting this matter to rest once and for all. We've looked at the characters of Colaz, the toxicity of the reaction cultures, and the violation of privacy, and the ripple effect of these baseless rumors. Now it's time to close this chapter with a clear message. The boundaries have been set, my people, and the truth has been spoken. So let's bring it all together, because we are talking about a man, Colaz Smith TV, my people, who has dedicated his life to being a pillar for the people. He is a humanitarian, a God-fearing individual, and a creator who spends his day documenting the raw beauty of our island and helping those who cannot help themselves. Whether it is through his adventurous footage or his quiet acts of service, he has earned his place as a leader in Dover, Portland, and the wider St. Mary area. Yet, because he refuses to play by the rules of the gutter press, my people, he finds himself under attack. The specific targets this time of people, the sanctity of his family, and the speculation surrounding his sister Natalie Smith, and the relentless vulture-like behavior of the Jamaica Mix-Up Vlog TV trying to force a pregnancy reveal for their own profit, is a clear reminder of why we need to be vigilant about what we support. Cole has made it abundantly clear: the family's business is the family's business. Whether Natalie is pregnant or not is a matter of her private life, her blessing, and her timeline. Not the timeline of a YouTube commentator who has never done an ounce of the work Colaz does. By breaking silence, Colaz didn't just defend his sister, he defended the right of every single one of us to live our lives without the constant prying eyes of those who seek to profit from our personal milestones. He reminded us that there is a difference between public figures and public property. Just because someone shares their talent, their joy, or their struggles with their subscribers, it does not mean they have signed away their rights to their private life. The strategy used by Jamaica Mixer Vlog TV is clear. Capitalize on curiosity, stir the pot, and act like you are reporting when you are really just gossiping. They want to turn Natalie's hint, a moment of personal anticipation, into a circus for their own engagement metrics. But the jig is up, my people. Colaz has successfully shifted the narrative. He has shown his supporters that his channel remains a place of integrity, and he will not allow his brand or his family to be dragged through the mud by people whose only contribution is tearing others down. He has drawn a firm line in the sand. Respect privacy of the Smith family, or be exposed for the toxic entities that you are. You understand? This isn't just a win for Colaz and my people, it's a win for every creator who values their dignity over a quick scandalous buck. As we wrap up this special report, my people, I want you to remember what really matters. When you go back to your day, my people, ask yourself what kind of content you want to see thrive in Jamaica. Do you want to support showcasing the real art of our country like Colaz does? Or do you want to keep giving your time and energy to the channels that thrive on misery, mix up, and invasion of privacy? The choice is yours, my people. But for us, here at JA Classified Files, my people, we stand with the truth, we stand with integrity, and we stand with those who respect the sanctity of family unit. Thank you for rocking with us throughout this deep dive, my people. We have laid it all out from the Dover streets to the YouTube boardroom, my people, and we hope you guys clearly know who is fighting for the right thing. Before you head out, do the right thing for the culture, my people. Like this video to help us push the truth out. Share this with someone who needs to hear the facts and drop a comment below. Let us know where you stand. Are you tired of the mix-up? Are you ready to see more positive, respectful content? And let's keep the conversation going. As Mr. People, stay blessed, stay informed, and keep your eyes on the truth. This is JA Classified Files signing out.